Welcome, welcome, welcome. First of all, I want to say how freaking proud of you I am that you've invested in yourself to be here to not only better yourself, but better your health, your wellness, and discover kind of really who you are and peeling back those later so we can better pour into the people around us, okay? I'm so incredibly proud of you. Like, I literally can't even just tell you, like, all the goosies, all the goosebumps. But we're going to be digging deep right now, right? We're kicking this whole thing off, starting digging deep. And what we are going to talk about today, guys, is something that really, it's a simple topic, but I really want you just to open up your mind and start expanding all the mindset that you're having going into this, okay? Let's keep our mind open, which I know you have an open mind if you are here, because we all know me and my woo-woo self. So let's just get into it. I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and we're going to talk a little bit about this beautifulness that is all of the things, okay? So 5 pillars of reclaiming the relationship with your authentic self. Just let that sink in a little bit. Who is your authentic self? Are you your authentic self? Do you want to be your authentic self? These are really, really big, deep things, and I want to just let's start from scratch, because we are programmed for so many things. So let's get started here. Present. Okay. So finding you is important because there's only one you, and you were chosen to be here in 2020 during all of this chaos for a reason. All right, love bug? Reprogramming and resetting your mind is going to be huge for you to have success with this program, with your life, with your spirituality, with all of the things. We are constantly in pursuit of external validation and approval. And when we compromise who we are in exchange for more money, more respect, more praise from our peers, it not only invalidates who we are, it suppresses our intuition, and it holds energy into us that can manifest in really toxic ways. Stuff like mental illness, frustration, anxiety, all of these things. And that's something we'll get into on another day. So when we really are going through those things, it's the way society has programmed our mind, right? So the first step, the first pillar into growing that authentic relationship with your authentic self is exploring your values. We all know what values are, right? We all know what values we should have, what values we shouldn't have, all the societal bullshit that's been put onto us. Put that aside, put it away. Screw what you think you should have values for and what you shouldn't have value for. They're a part of who we are, and they guide our behavior in providing us with a personal code of conduct, right? What we really think. It highlights what we stand for, and it represents our unique individual essence. So what I want you to do is create a list of all your personal values. And I know this sounds like a really daunting task, creating a concise list. I don't want it to be concise. I want it to have all of the things. Literally Google it. Go ahead and Google like top 100 values and see which ones are on your list and which ones aren't. And the things that aren't selected, we discover and we reveal these through investigations, not only of ourselves, but of our past experiences as well. And investigating each value is actually a later step here as well. So go ahead, and I want you to make a whole list. Pause the video, I don't care. Make a whole list of all of the values that you have. Because they, like I said, they are narrowing down and represent the uniqueness of us and our individual essence and highlights who we are. Step two, I keep moving this little thing. Step 2, I want you to make decisions and statements consciously. In a world 2020, we are constantly making decisions, but with the beautiful internet and the amazing world we live in with telephones, people can contact us at the blink of an eye, the moment of a text, and sometimes we have to make decisions quickly, moment to moment, without foresight, without even thinking. Slow down, love bug, okay? It's time to slow down and make each decision that supports your values. Don't compromise your values and morals to make it easier for somebody, to be more convenient, to do any of these things. Because when we start doing that, we're putting out low vibrations into the universe. And what happens when we put low vibes out that are compromising our values, we are going to attract low vibing things. And then we wonder why all these things keep happening to us. Okay, don't let anybody pressure you into making significant decisions before you are ready. Big decisions, you guys. Now, don't let that also be an excuse to not make decisions at all and be indecisive, because I don't know about you, but I get a little indecisive sometimes, especially when it comes to food. When it comes to simple things, guys, decisions are made in a moment. You can think about it all day long, think about it for weeks, for months, for years. When you finally make that decision, it is made in that moment, in that exact time. Decisions are made quickly in that moment. So just make the moment consciously and what aligns with you, supports your values and your authentic self, okay? Think about the foresight, and don't allow people to pressure you into big decisions before you're ready. And if those people are pressuring you into things that compromise your morals and your values, I really implore you to explore those relationships that you have with those people, because it's not a very healthy relationship, and it doesn't sound like a support system that we should be having around us, right? So never allow people to push you, and never allow people to do things that compromise your morals or values, because that's just low vibes, bad vibes, and we are not here for it. Okay, find the courage to be your true self. You guys, this is the hardest one. And as a woman who came out gay at the age of 26, had to go through a divorce, all this stuff, because I was married to a man, I, more than anybody, know how hard this one can really, really be. It takes freaking courage to be truthful, not only to ourselves, but to live as an authentic self, okay? It's one step to learn to listen to ourselves. It's the next step to learn how to trust ourselves. It's the next step how to not lie to ourselves, trust it, and learn who we truly are, but to then take it further and live as your authentic self is scary, and it takes courage. And you are brave. I promise you, you have it in you. Okay? Many of us, we live in that massive fear of disapproval. Honestly, it says many of us, but I think all of us. We live in fear of disapproval. And that holds us back from stepping out of those massive pre-approved categories that were created for all of us. We created those categories. Honestly, society created those categories. And we can't fully be who we are in our unique, beautiful glory when we living in fear of being of people not approving and us not fitting into those categories. You guys, societal norms are bullshit. Now, before you come at me, I do believe there are laws, there are norms, there are all these things that are essential for us as a society to function. Absolutely, absolutely. But in the age of 2020 and the pandemic and all the things, I think a lot of stuff came to light, especially here, that we have all realized as a collective is bullshit when it comes to societal norms. No, it's 2020. Heck, later, if we're watching this later. But we need to stop living in fear of other people putting us into certain boxes and not allowing us to be ourselves. It requires tremendous boldness, and it's so freaking worth it. There is no other success better and more out there or defined as success than you living a life as your authentic and true self. And honestly, it's the thing that pops into my mind about that is, oh, how do I get him to text me back? Or how can I get him to like me? No. We aren't going to allow other people to give us permission to be our authentic true self. Because when we oppress and shove down who we truly are, not only are we suppressing our intuition, which is one of the greatest gifts we are given to, especially as women, are given to us. We suppress so much energy, and it manifests and it builds. Energy is completely created in our bodies just from emotions. You guys, we get nervous, we get frustrated, we have physical reactions to it. Our heart races, our skin, our hands sweat, all the things. We are suppressing our true authentic self. That energy has nowhere to go. And it can show up in things like autoimmune disease and anxiety and depression and mental health and all of these things, and we just don't know why we feel this way. Well, it's because we're not living our true selves. Simple as that. So, number 4, go ahead and release patterns and beliefs that no longer serve you. Sounds simple, right? It really isn't. It's not simple. I know it sounds, ugh, okay, all the things. I have a hard time with this all the time. I still struggle with this, you guys. I still struggle with the disapproval of, you know, that the approval that I always wanted from my in-laws, all of the things, okay? Pay attention to your emotions, your thoughts, your behaviors. When you're encountering these internal patterns and they don't represent your authentic self, work on letting it go, okay? Work on letting it go. And I know it sounds really hard. Let it go, let it go. Okay, I'm gonna get off of that for a second. Tips to letting it go. You guys, there are so many ways we can let things go. And I think the 2 biggest tips I really can have to people is adopt the attitude of acceptance and accepting who you truly are, and the things that are no longer serving you just don't serve who you truly are, and accept yourself and love yourself. And loving yourself is a whole nother topic for another day, because right now we're just trying to get to know ourselves. We're just trying to reclaim our authentic selves. But adopt that attitude and accept the fact that we are changing, we are evolving into our authentic selves, and we can honor the part of our life that we are letting go. We can let toxic relationships go and honor the role that they played in our life and let them go. Okay? It's one way to say, you're toxic, I don't need you, get out of my life, you no longer serve me. And there's another mindset of, you are no longer serving me because you don't align with my authentic self and you are pulling me down to lower vibrations. But I do honor the part that you have played in my life to help me get to this point, and the frustrations and the struggles that you helped me encounter, and even the good, beautiful times that we had together, letting those things go and honoring them. It's like the gal who does like the clothes and everything, clothes that you no longer bring you joy. You thank that article of clothing for everything it's done for you, and then you let it go. Same thing applies to all of the beliefs, all of the toxic patterns you're having. And I also want you guys to explore the emotions and behaviors they're having within. We have behaviors within us that we don't like. This is shadow work that we'll talk about later. There is so much really deep down that we don't like about ourselves. Sometimes we can be manipulative. Sometimes we can be a little bit crazy. Sometimes our emotions can, really affect our behaviors, which is natural. But those are things that we need to honor with ourselves and allow ourselves to have those things, but we can let them go and because they no longer serve us, right? The pain no longer serves us. The suffering no longer serves us. The acting like a crazy, chaotic meh no longer serves us. But it helped us get to a certain point because we're right here. We are sitting in this chair. We are realizing that we want a relationship with our authentic self, and that is huge. So what we're going to do is you're going to write down your emotions, actions, and thoughts that you don't like and no longer serve you. Also your relationships, all the things that no longer are serving you. Even if it's, that Panda Express you're picking up once a week, no longer serving you because it screws with your digestive health. With Panda Express, no, bad example because I don't love Panda Express, but like Taco Bell, whatever. I want you to take this piece of paper and I want you to either crumble it up, tear it up, cross it out. What I personally like to do with these things that are toxic in your energy, the emotion, the guilt you're holding on to about A, B, C, or D, that mom guilt, that whatever you are holding on to, I want you to burn it. That's what I love doing, going outside, doing whatever. Write it down, burn it, and release that. That physical action will help cement the process in your subconscious. Sounds silly, sounds woo-woo, but our subconscious is a very real thing, and we need to just let those things go, and it might take a few times to do that. Number 5, inquire and discover what you truly believe. Now, this goes back to the first one, guys, right? Figuring out our values. You've got your list of values now. You better have your list out right now, okay? Take that list out. If you haven't written it down, pause it. Make your list, okay? Write down with each of these things what you believe about yourself from these values. I also want you to write this down separately, what you believe about yourself, and examine each belief and value you have. I believe that I'm unstable. Why do you believe that? I want you to dig deep. When you think back, when you started having these beliefs, why, how they even occurred in your life, who instilled this belief in you, and why do you feel the need to hold on to it? Does it represent your authentic self? Seriously. I want you to take just one of these and really dig deep. It can be religion, it can be politics, it can be just a simple characteristic about yourself. Oh, I'm lazy. When did you start feeling like you were a lazy person? When you were little? When you were in an ex-relationship? When you were in college? When you were in high school? When did this belief start that you're just a lazy person and you can't commit to things, right? Who instilled this in you? When it comes down to this, and I know it's a scary thought, especially if you're a parent, that thought you have, that little voice in your head, was put to you there by the people who talked to you and taught you the most, and that's your parents. And a lot of times, especially when we have anxiety and depression and all these things, and the self-hate programmed into our brain from society, marketing, and all the things, these external expectations that are set onto us are put there by other people. We are not born with self-hate. We are not born with discrimination. We put those beliefs were put there, and it's frustrating. And reprogramming your brain, I'm sure you know, is hard, especially here in 2020 with racism and all of this crazy stuff going on. Sometimes our minds just jump to certain beliefs, and we know it's not okay and it's not right, and we are trying to reprogram that. The best way to start reprogramming that, figuring out why you believe it and how it got there in the first place and who instilled that into your brain. And if it no longer serves you, write it down, burn it. If you have beliefs about yourself that are negative, that you still believe and you think it's, it might not serve you, but you still believe in it there, we are going to dig deeper into that. And I want you to bring it to me, okay? Don't be scared. Mine are crazy too. I will tell you all of mine. If you want, we can talk about that all day long. I am fully transparent with you guys and the struggles that I even have with myself. But I want you to really look through all of the good and bad beliefs that you have, and if they represent your authentic self. A belief I have is I work through the emotions with my kids because I don't, working them to identify what they are and going that. I'm not a belief parent where I shut them in their room until they're done screaming. There's so many different things that we can all do that are different, that are beautiful and great. But is the beliefs that maybe your partner's putting onto you, are those true of your authentic self? We can be different people and have different beliefs and still be a beautiful community that loves each other, okay? Being authentic is a daily practice, and it's a daily freaking choice that requires a lot of bravery and courage. And in the moment by moment choice that you're embracing your truth and being fearless enough to share it with the world, it's gonna just push out all of the most amazing vibes that's gonna be attracted to you. When you have nothing to hide, when you can be free to be yourself with everybody around you and all that authenticity, you, my friend, will just emit all of the peace and confidence in the world. Being peaceful inside yourself, doesn't that sound beautiful? That sounds great. It's a beautiful place to be. And guess what? We're not there all the time. Don't think if you're not at peace and confident all the time that you're not doing it right, because you are. I have my days. We all have our days. The most confident people in the world have their days where they're just not confident and they're not at peace and they're at war with themselves. You don't have to be that way all of the time. Now, I love you all so much, and I'm so happy that you are here. When we cultivate the capacity to discover what we believe and why we believe those things, we can start expanding our authenticity from the resources of our own heart and our own soul. And this will attract beautiful, beautiful things into our life, and beautiful relationships and beautiful opportunities. And I tell you right now, especially if you are living in a home with children, if you have relationships with the smaller generations around you, living as your true authentic self is noticed and felt by those young ones and little ones. And if you want nothing more, I promise, I'm sure, than for them to be true and authentic to who they are, Because if you are living day to day in this fear and frustration of who you are and you feel like you can't be who you are, would you ever want your kids to be in that fear? Absolutely not. They're going to learn that fear for themselves from you having fear and being afraid to be your true authentic self. So I really, really want you to step and dig deep with these things. So when you start living your true authentic self, your kids, the people, the kids around you, if you don't have children yet, can see that, they can feel that, and they will do the same thing because they are smart and they feel it. They feel the energy, they feel the authenticity. Humans are so smart and calling out BS, and then it's the other people who invalidate us that make us question ourselves. It's when you know something's not right and people around you are, no, it's fine. It's the classic, like, hey, are you okay? It's like, yeah, no, I'm totally fine. I'm fine. Are you sure you're okay? No, I'm fine. When you know something's not okay and those people are invalidating your intuition, that is just not okay, and it's disrespectful, but it's a normal practice in our society, right? That mind game back and forth, especially with men and women, like, are you okay? I'm fine. And you're smart. You know, you can call the BS out, and I hope you're calling the BS out on Instagram, all the things, because we are intelligent human beings and we can feel when people are not being authentic. The people around you are feeling that too. So I really implore you to do all of these things. Implore, is that a word? I encourage you to do all of these beautiful steps, and we will jump into the next part of this beautiful journey, okay? Oh, I'm so excited for all of you. So enjoy, and please let me know if you're having any beliefs that are not serving you, but you still are stuck in the fact that you truly believe them and you still don't know why, because we will totally work on those.